Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So today, let's take a look at the 2026 BMW M2. This model is finished off in Alpine White, and with options, MSRP is just over $82,000. There are so many ways that you can spec this particular model, and this is a very clean spec with some fun, sporty aspects. So let's start off with what this is powered by, which is the 3-liter twin-turbo inline-6. This model here is paired to the 8-speed automatic. So it pumps out 473 horsepower, 443 pound-feet of torque. It's rear-wheel drive. It'll do 0 to 60 in just shy of 4 seconds with a top speed up to 177 miles an hour. Now let's start off with this front carbon fiber section. This is the MP front attachment in carbon fiber. So this is a specific option that you can spec this with. I think it gives it a great look for up front. You'll notice a lot of gloss black accents. There's also the sensor for distance pacing, parking sensors too, and a dark housing for the LEDs. You'll notice too, you can see a gap between the bodywork and the carbon fiber, which is neat. There's also the kidney grille, and then tons of cutouts in the lower section, and a lot of squared off angles for this front end. You'll notice a few bulges as well coming down the hood to give it a great look. Now this also has a staggered setup for the wheels. They're 19 inches up front, 20 inches in the rear. This has the red M Sport brakes too, and it also features the M Performance Sport Tuned suspension. So it does lower the car, and those are adjustable as well, which is fantastic for this. This has power folding side mirrors with the turn signal there, optional carbon fiber roof, gloss black for the window trim, and then with the lines and angles running down the side, it gives it a factory wide body stance with more of those squared off lines and angles, which I think make it really nice. Now there's also the body colored spoiler, a dark housing for the LEDs, backup camera, parking sensors, and then the quad tip dual exhaust. This does have remote start, so let's take a listen. And then you can use that control to shut it off as well. There's also the release on the key fob or the one up underneath, and this is how you can gain access to your trunk space. Now there's some tie downs. You have a good bit of space, no storage under the floor. There's a bin on this left side, and you can also fold down the back seats as well. So for this coupe, it's actually very practical. This could be a perfect daily driver with the amount of interior space. Now there's also the flush design for the door handles, and then as it locks, you just have to place your hand underneath, and that is how it will unlock. There's some red accents for this model, memory seating adjustments, your window controls, trunk release, and then storage down below. And then this has the standard seats with the red accents, which give it a really clean look. They're automatic with a few manual adjustments. So there's the leg support and then the release behind the seat in order to gain access to the back seat. So the seat will move forwards from there, which is a nice touch. And then with that back seat release, they fold pretty much flat. And that gives you a large opening to place in additional items. Now at 5'10", I could go on a very short trip. You might be able to fit a car seat back here. If you have young kids, it will be a lot more practical. You have vents and some storage in the middle. My head is basically up into the headliner here. So it is functional if and when you need them, and it just gives you some more space too. So it's nice if you want a little bit of extra space rather than just having a 2-seater coupe. And then we're greeted with the leather steering wheel, flat bottom design, all the carbon fiber accents too. And as we start this back up, we can go through the digital gauge cluster. So you have the controls to go through that, along with volume tuning, Bluetooth, and voice commands. And this is how you can scroll through all of this content. So you have quite a lot that you can go through with some performance driving, along with some standard or daily driving vitals, just to monitor all of this information. And then this also has a head-up display, so you can go through a few different settings there, depending on what you'd like to see. Now there's also M1 and M2, all the cruise control settings, headlight adjustments with a dimmer switch, there's an air vent, Harman Kardon for the audio, and then with the infotainment system, everything in the lower section is fixed, so it's always going to be there and easy to get to, and you also have the shortcuts down below, so you have all of those along with the rotary dial here. Now with this M2, there's an M drift analyzer, so you can monitor all the information. There's a lap timer, and then Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. You have all of your lighting adjustments that you can get into, and quite a lot to customize. On the home screen, you have all of these widgets, and you can customize this screen as well, depending on what you would like to see. There's also climates, navigation and music, and then heated seats, heated steering wheel, and temperature adjustments. Now there's more optional carbon fiber with some lighting and vents. There's volume tuning, hazards, and defrosters. And then underneath this carbon fiber lid, there's wireless charging, cup holders, and auxiliaries. And then, like I mentioned, you have those shortcuts there. And with the shifter, this is how you put it into reverse, where there's the backup camera and the parking sensors. You also have drive, sport mode, so you can shift here or with the paddles. And then on the back side, there's park and the transmission adjustments. There's also traction control, parking sensors, engine start stop. And then when you put this into M mode, you can go from road to sport or track. So this will change the gauge cluster, and the head-up display will give you a larger tach along with your miles per hour, and you can still go through information on this left side. So you can pull up a few of the sporty settings, just depending on what you'd like to see if and when you need to see that. Now there's also setup, and this is how you get into M1 and M2. So you can have M1 in Comfort and M2 in Sport Plus. So just depending on your driving, you have those shortcuts to quickly adapt. There's an exhaust note, auto hold in the e-brake, some storage with an auxiliary, a locking glove box, and then garage door buttons and dome lights. And then here's a look at visibility from the driver's seat. It's very open. So for this smaller car, you definitely have a lot of visibility over both shoulders. And in Sport Plus second gear, here we go. And if you could tell, there was a little bit of a lurch there because with the quickest shifts, I wasn't giving it full throttle. So if, again, depending on your driving, I could tone that down a little bit for the slower speeds that I'm going and make it more comfortable. So again, really neat to see how many ways you can adjust this vehicle and just the character that it gives you. So this is what it's like to be behind the wheel for the M2, and it's definitely a fun vehicle. As we get up to speed there, we have those quick shifts, and it's very comfortable too. Even with this suspension, I don't have any complaints with that. I will say, for the price of this vehicle, the dash has the plastic there. If you go with the M4, I believe that is when you can spec it with the extended leather. I don't think you can get that in the M2. So just a quick comparison, if you want a little bit more luxury, you can go up to the M4, which of course will cost a little bit more. So it's interesting that I don't believe you can do that with the M2. Aside from that, the rest of the materials are very nice. And then I didn't talk about headroom. With the carbon fiber roof here at 5'10", I have about 2 inches or so of headroom, and the seat can go down a lot more. So now I have maybe 3.5. So you can be taller than me and still fit comfortably in this, or that allows you extra headspace to put on a helmet. So if you're doing some performance style driving, you have enough room to do that. You can also get a sunroof if you don't want the carbon fiber roof. The sunroof is a no-cost option versus upgrading to the carbon fiber roof. Personally, I would go with the roof. I hardly ever open the sunroof in my personal vehicle. And then as far as turning radius goes, we do have a tight steering wheel and feel, but we were easily able to do that. And then let's put it into the normal automatic mode, where the shifts will change again with the backside here. So it's nice that the vehicle will adapt to your driving style rather than having to use the paddles too. So again, you have two different ways that you can drive this, and that is a really nice feel. But the M2 has so many different ways that you can spec this. You can go with the manual, like I briefly mentioned earlier, and you have even the carbon fiber bucket seats that you can add to this. There are so many ways that you can configure it depending on your likes, your style. You have a lot of different exterior paint options too. So it's a fantastic performance vehicle for the price and for what you're getting, and you have a lot of ways to cater it to your needs. The only thing I will say, going back to the dash, that's pretty much the only thing that I don't like. I don't think you can get that extended leather. Everything else, I don't have any issues with. I would personally probably go with the M4, but the M2 here is a great vehicle. A lot of people enjoy this. There's a lot of tuning potential, a lot of modifications that you can do to this if factory power just isn't enough for you. So it's pretty awesome to see the support from BMW, and of course all their standard options too that you can go with as well. But that is going to wrap it up for the 2026 M2. Once again, huge shout out to Hendrick BMW Northlake for providing this for me today. Take a look at the website, give this video a huge thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and consider smashing that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with our daily uploads. I will see you all in the next video.